Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. How are you, student? I hope you all are enjoying and welcome to our virtual learning system. Today we are going to start chapter 3 of social studies, and video number is also 3. I hope my fourth video of social studies will find you in the best of health, and you will be energetic, active, and healthy. So, we are going to our chapter 3 of social studies. As you know, students, that we are learning about the Muslim world, about the Muslim population, about the Muslim occupation, about the land, temperature of the Muslim world, and how the Muslim world is divided into the kind of lands. We are coming to know about the Muslim atmosphere. The Muslim countries are states where they are situated. Okay. So, first chapter was about the geography of the Muslim world. Second chapter was about the climate of the Muslim world. Now we are going to start third chapter. That's main points, that main feature about the third chapter is, as written here, the main agriculture product of the Muslim world. Agriculture products mean how strong the Muslim world is in agriculture's point of view. So as you know that the Muslim world is blessed with a beautiful atmosphere, as we enjoy the 4 seasons of the world, like spring, winter, summer, and autumn. So here in the Muslim world, there are the land is divided by the deserts, mountain, agriculture land, river, and many more. So Muslim world is a blessed world. So now I'm going to read first. I will read, then I will start. I will explain all these points, all the agriculture products, all the crops of the Muslim world. First, agriculture is the main occupation of the majority. Majority mean many of the people. Majority of people living in the Muslim world. These countries produce a variety of agriculture products for their own use and also for the export. Export, do you know what do you mean by export? Export means the things that we send out of the country for sale. Muslim words, most of the Muslim words is like is the main occupation is agriculture. So from the agriculture, the Muslim world produce many of the things. They use that things themselves, and which are more than their use, so they send them, the Muslim country, they send them out of the country, out of their country for sale. First is wool. Second, these products are wool, cotton, sugar, rubber, tea, coffee, and cocoa, wheat, but last not the least, rice. So wool, as you know, what is the wool? Do you know, student, what is the wool? Wool is a kind of cloth which made of the from the sheep's, the wool of from sheep's and the goats, is a kind of cloth that made of from the sheep and goats, understand, and somehow from the camels. Okay, so wool is perhaps still the best textile for ordinary clothing, especially in temperate climates. Woolen clothes contains many small pockets of air which keeps the body warm. If it is crushed, it quickly returns to its original state. Some of the highest quality wool in the world comes from sheep in Kazakhstan. The wool from sheep and sometimes goats in Pakistan and Turkey, though much harder and rougher, is perfect for carpet making. The Muslim world supplies about 10% of the world's wool from Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey, and Central Asia. Now, what is the source of wool? Source of wool is sheep, goat, and somehow from camel. And from the wool, what we made? From the fine wool, we made different kind of clothes that we use in the winter. Okay, and where the weather is temperate, okay, too cool, weather is too cool, so their jackets and some shirts and any other kind of the clothing there will be used. Okay, so if there is the wool is rough, some kind of rough wool, rougher and not like clean or fine, so the that utilized to make the carpet, rugs, and many more things, understand. So next is cotton. Thus, do you know cotton? Cotton is used, see here the flower, white flower, which is you can see on the picture. This is cotton, cotton plants. So we can get cotton from these plants. And so today I'm going to read it. Today, cotton is one of the world's leading agriculture crop. It can be used for many purposes. Cheap clothes for everyday use, as well as expensive luxury material. It can it can be made into the thinnest and finest of fabric or into heavy canvas for tent and sail. It is comfortable to wear in hot climate as it rapidly absorbs moisture released from the body as sweat. It is easily dyed and washed, and unlike wool, it can be boiled to kill off any germs or infection it may contain. When the fibers have been removed from spinning and weaving, the seeds are crushed to make oil for cooking. The remains of the crushed seed are good for feeding animal. Muslim countries produce 20% of the world's cotton. The leading cotton growing countries in the region are Egypt, Pakistan, Turkey, Uzbekistan, and Sudan. So the second source of income of the Muslim country is cotton. Cotton we get from the is a kind of plant, and so it's very important agriculture crop, leading crop. From the from this crop, from the cotton, we made what different kind of clothes. For example, normally the clothes which we wear in the summer seasons. In the summer season, we use light cloth and fine light that absorb the um, sweat and the absorb all water, moisture which come out of our body. So, and even from the from the cotton we make expensive, very expensive luxury material. Luxury material means not only very everyday use of cloth, even we can make very expensive clothes also. It can be made into the thinnest and finest fabrics or into heavy canvas, means light, very fine and thin fabric we can make. Not only this one, this material we can make, but also the heavy canvas. Heavy canvas mean very thick canvas, mean cloth which we use for the tent. Like tent is made of, or even cotton. Okay, and its products, see here, cotton products. Even they are saying not only we make the light and very fragile and very sensitive clothes, like thin clothes, we can make very tough and rough clothes for which we use for clothing for sale. Even if we see some if sometime on ever you see did you see the ships, there is a cloth, big cloth that separate the force of air. Okay, that decrease the force of air in the ships. There is a very big piece of cloth on the top of the ship is tied up, so that this piece of cloth that decrease the force of air. Understand? So it easily dyed and washed up, unlike wool. Wool, it's a with the cloth which we wear during the summer. It's very light and thin, so we can wash them very easily. Unlike the wool, wool are very like thick, and it's very difficult to wash them. Understand? So it is easily dyed and washed, and unlike wool, it can be boiled to kill off any germs. We can even boil them, okay, to kill the germs or infection it may contain. When the fibers have been removed for spinning or waving, the speeds means when there is, can you see this cotton? There is a cotton flower, white. When we remove the fibers or the cotton from the flowers, there are also remaining many of the seeds. So they crush the seed. The seeds are crushed to make oil. So from seeds we make the oil, cooking oil, which we normally use in cooking. So the remains of crushed seeds are good for feeding the animals. When first there is three stage when you grow the cotton, there are three. You collect the cotton, then you separate the cotton from the seed. Okay, separate and seed. From the seed you make the oil. You crush the seed. Many of the factories there They took them the seed to that place in the factory, in the plants. They crushed the seeds. They produced cooking oil, and after crushed seed are good for um, feeding animal. Muslim country produce 20% of the world's cotton. The leading cotton growing countries means world's 20% of the world's cotton is produced in the Muslim country. In the Muslim country, and these Muslim country where the we can cotton is produced too much. They are Egypt, Pakistan, Turkey, Uzbekistan, and Sudan. Now sugar. Sugar, normally we use sugar, as you know. Sugar, without sugar there is no taste. Like everything we take a tasteless. So sugar is the product obtained from the juice of the sugar cane. A kind of a tall strong grass. It's a kind of grass, but it's too hard. Its peel is too hard in okay, and tall. It's tall, some kind of tall and strong grass. The cane is crushed for juice, which is then boiled in huge open pan. As the water in the juice turns to steam, the sugar crystals are left behind. The thick sweet syrup is made into molasses. Okay, made into where it is, sorry, molasses for confectionery, cakes, and animal food. The remains of the sugar cane bagasse can be used to heat the furnace for boiling down the sugar solution. 1 ton of bagasse gives the same heat as 2 barrels of oil. Bagasse can also be used for animal food and for making a kind of board used in building ceilings. Pakistan produces 3.5% of the world's sugar. Understand? So, third one is sugar. Sugar, which we normally use in the bakery items, in other sweets. Okay, from where we get the sugar? Sugar we get from the sugar cane. Did you ever see the sugar cane? It's a sugar cane is a tall and strong grass. Even I myself saw many times, and I have experienced to eat. I used to, when I in my childhood, I used to eat sugarcane. It's very delicious, yummy. We just crush it by our teeth and we suck the juice, and then we throw the remaining part of grass. Okay, so it's very yummy and delicious. You must enjoy. It's very good for digestive system. Even the juice of sugarcane is very interesting for digestive system, for your gums, teeth, gums, and for your stomach. It's very good. Okay, so we take the juice from the sugar cane. Then we boil that juice in a very open pan. Okay, so the water in the juice, it turn into steam. Okay, understand? Turn into steam, and there left a crystal of the of sugar. That is very thick sweet syrup. First it there are different stages. Okay, and they at the end, the when the water is dried up and water turns into the steam, there is very thick syrup that is called molasses. Molasses is a kind of thick syrup. Okay, so for confectionery, confectionery means bakery. We used for bakery like cakes and food animal. animal food, sorry. So when we take the juice from the sugar cane, the remaining part of the sugar cane we used for different kind of purposes. For example, we use that sugar cane for animal feeding, understand, and we made the uh, building ceilings, and we made the boards to that material, understand. So here the remaining here the remains of the sugar cane bagasse can be used to heat the furnace of boiling down the sugar solution. Means what, that remaining part which come after the after we take the juice from the sugar cane, that remaining part, you can see, you can say the peel of the sugar cane can be used to heat the furnace. Furnace mean heater, boiler, uh, where we burn to make sugar. Brown sugar is also is a kind of, even we can get the brown sugar from the same thing. Furnace mean heater, boiler. Okay, we put all this, that material, that peels which we get from the sugar cane into the furnace for boiling down the sugar solution, which were thick solution of which we get from the juice of sugar cane, understand. So 1 ton of bagasse means crushed sugar cane. I already told you the remaining part, the peels. Okay, that is called bagasse. Gives the same heat as 2 barrel of oil. Means it's too, means it's very hot. If you are using the bagasse for making sugar, so it's very, means it's very hot. It's give the, if you are taking fire from the 2 barrel oil, is same like if you are using bagasse, understand. Bagasse can also be used for animal food. Even I told you before that we use bagasse for animal food, and we made the board, clipboard, even you use in the exams, during exam you take that, even notebooks sometimes there are hard in the hardboard we use, and even building ceilings we use. And this product, Pakistan, 3.5% of the world's sugarcane, Pakistan produced, understand. It's very, understand girls, what do you mean by you, I before I told you that you must read all your uh, lesson carefully. First you read them carefully, then you will be able to understand long question and short question. You will not, if you will not give the concentration to reading, you can't get. First read, it's very interesting, really it's very interesting, and I'm enjoying it. The next one is rubber. Rubber, you normally you use even in your shoes, the wheels of the car, buses, any kind of vehicles, in the tub, and even many of the hole like hose pipes, and many of the things we use rubber. Rubber is mainly used to make types, about half of which are made from natural rubber, and half from the synthetic. Synthetic mean artificial. Synthetic mean artificial. So synthetic rubber made from chemicals. Rubber is also widely used widely used for making hose pipes, belts for machinery in factories and mines, shoes, and as an insulator in electrical equipment. Natural rubber, which is usually considered better for most purposes than the synthetic variety. is made from the sap of a number of trees which grow in tropical forest. The rubber tree was originally found only in the Amazon rainforest, but in the 19th century, some British scientists smuggled out some seeds and plants and grew them in Southeast Asia. Muslim countries now produced about 20% of all the world's rubber, almost all of it being natural rubber from trees. The main countries producing rubber is this region are Malaysia, Indonesia, as well as Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and some parts of India. So what is rubber? Rubber is already I told you that we use in our daily of our uh, household things. Daily we use. Most of the things are made of rubber. So there are two kinds of rubber. The rubber which we get from the trees directly by the nature, okay, and the rubber second kind is synthetic. Synthetic means artificial. That is not considered as good as perfect as the natural rubber is. So, firstly, they are saying in this lesson, in this part of the product, firstly they are saying that first we get the rubber from the rainforest or Amazon rainforest or the tropical forest. Tropical forest or so after with the passage of time, we made an alternative of it. Then they are saying the some British scientists they smuggled the seeds and plants of the rubber trees and then grow that uh, plant in the Southeast Asia. So when we get rubber, we made many of the things like hose pipes. Hose pipes means a pipe, water pipe. Okay, so wheels of vehicles and many other things. Understand? Synthetic means artificial rubber, but they are saying the natural rubber is more like important or more good. So here the next is tea. Tea. Do you like tea, students? I love tea. Really, without tea, day is incomplete. So next is tea. Tea originally a bush from China. Sorry, tea originally a bush, like bush, okay, from China is known grown widely in Southeast Asia and Africa. It grows best on mountain slopes with plenty of rainfall, but it must have well-drained soil. The leaves of the uh, tea bush are picked by experienced worker. The first tiny leaves on the tip of the stem are the finest and are made into very expensive tea. The coarser leaves lower down are made into cheaper variety of tea. These leaves are usually fermented that they turn black, although um, some countries, especially China, prefer green tea. The seeds from the tea bush are crushed to get an oil which can be used for cooking and sometimes as a cosmetic to make hair shine and stick together. Muslim countries produced about 15% of the world's output of tea, these being mainly Bangladesh, Indonesia, Iran, and Turkey. Understand this. Next, what is it? For number 4 product is tea. Tea normally we use. It is originated from China. So then it's we get the leaf from the leaf of the tea plant. Take the leaf, the fine and the upper, the plant that are up in the uh, in that plant, that is very fine, and as here a fine and expensive tea which we take from the um, uh, leaves of upper portion. Means there are two, like upper, the plant, the part of upper part of the plant, we take that leaf, that is very expensive tea, and the lower down, coarser, that when we take the leaves from the lower down, are made cheaper varieties of tea. But if you take small and very soft leaf of the tea, that is very expensive. Then you kept them fermented, means ripen, simmer. You just give them keep them in the uh, open area, like in the sunshine or some uh, to ripen them, to simmer them. Understand? Fermented mean to ripen the leaf. Then the leaf turn into black. Although then we dried up, then it dried, fermented, ripen, that they turn into black. Although some countries, especially China, prefer green tea because green tea is very healthy. It's very good. Then what is the next? The seed from the tea bushes are crushed to get, even there are seed of the tea. So when we get the even that seed uh, of the tree plant and crush them to make, to get or to make an oil which can be used for cooking, and that's very healthy. And sometime as a cosmetic to make hair shine. Even we use that tea oil in different kind of cosmetics, like to make our hair shine and healthy. So most of the 15% of the world's output of tea, these being mainly Bangladesh, Indonesia, Iran, and Turkey. Like next, we turn to coffee. Coffee is fifth source of income of the Muslim country. Coffee is a very wonderful thing. Really, it's originated from the Muslim world. This is one of the most valuable agricultural product. It was discovered in the Somalia, Ethiopia area. Area. It is said by shepherd who wondered why the sheep were so lively after eating the leaves and seeds of what we now call the coffee tree. It was said to have been first used by men who had to observe long hours of prayer at night, as it kept them awake. Coffee is made by roasting the coffee seeds and grinding them for brewing. It is also processed into instant coffee that does not need to be brewed. Indonesia is the main producer of coffee in the Islamic world. Although a considerable amount is grown in Yemen, Ethiopia, and the Ivory Coast. Muslim countries grow about 15% of the world's total supply of coffee. Understand, students? It's very easy. Even if you are reading carefully, you can understand it yourself. So what is the coffee? Coffee is one of the most valuable agricultural product because now it's famous drink all over the world. Even there is cold coffee, hot coffee, black coffee, many kinds of coffees. um, First, how it was discovered? It was discovered in the Somalia and Ethiopia area. It is said by the shepherd, the people who have the herd of animal, like goat or sheep. They wander all the land here and there to graze their animal. So this plant is in that place, and the sheeps, they ate that plants, and all over the night they awakened. They didn't sleep. The sheep's animal, their animal, they didn't sleep all the night after eating this coffee plant. Understand, students? Then it is said to have first used by men, and then when you have experienced of something, so you have knowledge. So when the same thing is experienced by the people, so the people who are like pious, who spend all their day and night for praying Allah, so they started to take that plant, that coffee, okay, coffee seeds, to make them uh, awaken, because they want to spend all their time to pray Allah. So they want to keep them awake. Understand? So they used coffee, because coffee doesn't make us sleep. If you drink coffee, you will be awake, you can't sleep. So when first, how experienced the sheep when shepherd went for grazing their animal, so these sheep they ate, and all over the night they awake, the sheep, then they experienced. And the people who started the people who spent all most of their time in praying, they started to drink that, okay, type of thing. Coffee is made by roasting the coffee seeds. First, how we get the coffee? Okay, we get the seeds from the coffee plant, coffee tree. Then we roast it and we grind it. Grind them, that seed. Okay, for brewing. Brewing mean for crushing. Okay, it is also processed mixture, blend, instead urgent, quickly. Coffee that does not need to be brewed means brewed, means if there is instant coffee that you don't need to blend. Brewed mean blend, mix. So Indonesia is main producer of coffee in the Islamic world, although a considerable amount is grown in Yemen, Ethiopia, and Ivory Coast. Muslim countries grow about 15% of the world's total supply of coffee. 15% of the coffee that produce in the Muslim countries. Understand? So this is our last point, coffee. I hope you enjoyed your lecture. You get my point of view. I tried my best to put all my knowledge into you. Okay, but my first advice to all of you students, that you must read yourself carefully. Understand? If you read, understand, you will be able to write short and long question. Understand? How many crops we are done? I think wool, cotton, sugar, rubber, tea, and coffee. Last one is coffee. Remaining part we will start in our next video, in our next lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz. I hope you enjoyed it and you will learn it in a best way. Till then, Allah Hafiz.